Hello, my name is Hakim with Tech of Experts. Today I want to talk to you for 5 minutes or less about some challenges of measuring drawings for commercial painting projects. I look at drawings almost every day. Over the last 10 years, while doing various commercial painting projects, I've seen how different architects submit project drawings using different styles and wording. What I mean is the drawings quality is usually fine, but the specs are sometimes not very clear or are conflicting with the drawings. In fact, sometimes some minor details in the drawings also conflict with the finishing schedule within the same set of drawings. Now, I will limit this discussion to TI projects, and here is why. Often I've experienced that TI projects are more complicated than a new building project as far as the drawings and tech of work is concerned. What do I mean by that? With new buildings, the drawings are usually straightforward and the specs are straightforward also. For example, with a project that is going to be just a base building, a shell, there's a simple finish schedule. Later on, when individual companies want to lease space, they get their architects to prepare TI drawings so as to then go ahead and lease space within the base building. With TIs, the architect consults with the owner of the project, let's say an accounting firm wanting to establish a bigger practice in a new location in an existing building. So they are essentially retrofitting an old place with new finishings such as paint, specific vinyl wall coverings, modern LVT flooring, designer light fixtures, etc. Then if the client wants to keep some alternate options open, either due to wanting to reduce the project cost or to consider an alternative design or technology, they may request alternative pricing. This can make the measuring and costing a bit more complicated. Or sometimes, after the drawings have been prepared and released for bidding, the client can decide to change, for example, the type of doors from prefab veneer doors to paint grade doors, or add more vinyl wall coverings on some walls. So they will issue an addendum to the GCs to that effect while the bidding process is still going on, as most of you know. This requires adjustments to the measurements and costing spreadsheet. Some old school painters will just ballpark the figure. What happens then if they decide to have more wall vinyl coverings in some areas? I've actually experienced this on a certain hospital renovation we were doing a few years ago, where the architect decided to add wall vinyl on window walls in 14 patient suites. So now we have to figure out how much more wall vinyl coverings to order. Now, wall vinyl is not like paint. It is expensive material and often ordered from out of town. The right amount of wall vinyl covering has to be ordered in one die lot or batch, as most architects have specified in the spec manual, so that there is no die or print difference issues and no additional freight charges. All this requires accurate measurements and proper logistical planning on your part as a commercial painting contractor. Now, you may be subbing out the wall vinyl, and that's a separate issue. This leads me into the next point, which is bidder's fatigue. You do bid after bid, and the bids are not getting accepted. This results in what I call bidder's fatigue. I will talk about bidder's fatigue in another video and see if you can relate to any of the examples I've talked about. Then think of how having someone assist you with your takeoff and costing needs can make your work life a bit easier and enable you to submit more bids. More bids mean more chances of getting painting contracts. Bid more jobs, win more jobs. This is Hakim with Tech of Experts. If you have heard or learned something useful today, do give this video a thumbs up. See you in my next video.